What's going on, everybody? My name is Simon Rochfort. I'm a headshot and portrait photographer based in Vancouver, BC, and welcome back to my channel. One of the questions that I thought I would like to cover in this first video is a question that I found I asked a lot but couldn't really find any particularly good answers to. And second of all, is something that I'm sure you're maybe asking yourself since you clicked on this video. How do I get photography clients? In this video, I'm going to cover 5 different ways that you can get photography clients. It's things that I found that have benefited me hugely, but only through this journey of self-discovery and through my business have I found that these have actually worked. Now, obviously, things may be different for yourself, but overall, I think these can be beneficial to you and your business. The first tip is to figure out what you want to do. What do I mean by that? Well, for myself, I tried a different array of photography styles and different genres. I did real estate photography, I did weddings, I didn't really do any sports or anything along those lines, but I tried my hand at it. But I tried a whole bunch of different types of photography, and what I learned is that there were some things that I liked and some things that I didn't like. Some things that worked with my personality and some things that didn't. For example, I am an extrovert, so I love working with people. So when it came to real estate photography, I enjoyed the fact that I was doing photography and taking pictures and making money, but I hated being by myself, just being in a room trying to find angles. So for myself, what I decided was, well, what do I like to do? And tried to niche down. I shot weddings and I found out that I really didn't like the inability of control, but I always loved working one-on-one with people. That resulted in me deciding to really narrow down and niche down on headshots and portraits. The benefit of this is because it works with my personality, but it also is my passion, I've really put in the effort into that more than I would if it was, say, real estate, for example. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is going to be a great headshot and portrait photographer or even wants to do that, but the point is that if you really enjoy, for example, architecture, or you love weddings, or you love working with children and babies, well, then you're gonna definitely get much more clients because of your passion and work in that if you decide to be a real estate photographer, or a wedding photographer, or a newborn photographer. So when it comes to really trying to find your way, figure out what you really enjoy doing, double down and niche down on that, and that will help you start off getting photography clients. Tip number 2 is to work on your portfolio. Now, that doesn't sound like the most original piece of advice ever, but it is one of the most key points to be able to getting photography clients. The website that I have has a fantastic portfolio of headshots and portraits. So when someone is looking for a headshot and portrait photographer, the example of work that I have on there is the best work that I have, and they're going to book me as a result of that. Well, you might be thinking, well, that's all well and good. You are working as a professional headshot and portrait photographer, but what about me? I'm just starting out. How do I get a good portfolio? Well, start off by taking pictures with friends. Whatever genre it might be in. Say, for example, you're wanting to do couples and weddings. Well, who of your friends are in a relationship? Can you take pictures of them? Maybe down by the beach or in a forest or downtown. Who of them are getting married? Maybe you can offer your services either for free or for a very low rate to be able to shoot their wedding. Maybe one of your friends has just had a child and you want to try newborn photography. Well, you can offer, yet again, to take the pictures for free. Taking pictures for free, yeah, it's not going to make you any money, but what it is going to do is it's going to start you on building your client base. It's going to give you that portfolio that you can then show people who are going to pay you later on down the line. Third tip I have is to build a professional looking website. Now, you don't need to know how to code, you don't need to have a huge amount of money to be able to get a great looking website. You can actually get one for free if you go through Wix, for example. What I use is Squarespace. Not sponsored, but could be sponsored if Squarespace sees this video, so yeah, give us a call, Squarespace. Anyway, having a professional website is crucial to getting clients. Yes, you can use social media, and for a lot of people that has been successful. However, what I've noticed is that a lot of people, particularly in the corporate world, will be looking for a photographer and they'll just go straight to the internet. They'll use Google, for example, to search headshot photographer Vancouver, Vancouver headshots, professional headshot photographer Vancouver. Look at the first 5 that are there and pick one of them. The benefit of having a good website is that it's a great showcase for your work, and it gives you a huge amount of credibility. Doesn't matter what industry you're in. If I'm going to look for a photographer maybe for a wedding, which I did when I got married back in 2018, we were looking online and looked through tons and tons of websites. Yes, we looked on social media, but once we found the website, we went through the communication, we went through the booking process, and that's how we hired somebody. So for yourself, if you're looking to do real estate or any other type of photography, having a website is a crucial point to be able to showcase your work and gives you a huge amount of credibility when it comes to your business. Tip number 4 to get more clients is to network. Yes, networking is very important. Yeah, you can have a great website and you can have a fantastic portfolio and you can have great social media, but at the end of the day, face-to-face contact with people is still crucial. Now, I do understand that can be difficult when COVID is still around. However, pre-COVID and even during COVID, there are ways of networking effectively. 2 different ways that you could network very, very easily is either through Chamber of Commerce or through BNI. For myself, I'm a part of a BNI networking chapter in Vancouver. My experience with BNI started off when I was introduced through a friend of mine who was also a photographer that found it beneficial to her business. Now for me going in, I had never done any sort of networking whatsoever. I was extremely nervous and apprehensive going into a room of 50 people that I'd never met before, having to stand up in front of a group and talk about my business for 30 seconds. However, straight off the bat, somebody said to me, "I need a headshot. How much?" And that's how things started with networking. Now for yourself, you might be in a completely different genre of photography, but I guarantee you that there will be benefits from networking, whether it's through BNI, Chamber of Commerce, or some other means. Now with BNI, for example, there are costs. There is a startup cost of about $1,000, and before COVID, when they were renting spaces, there were weekly dues. So you, at the end of the day, need to figure out whether it's going to be worth it for you and whether you can afford to do so. However, you are in front of a large group of people weekly, telling them about your business. So for myself, I've gone from just trying to explain the benefits of a headshot to actually now, because it's over Zoom, showcasing images, giving presentations, and highlighting the benefit that it can bring them to their business. The benefit of networking is that you're surrounded by like-minded entrepreneurs who are there to try and help you with your business. You pass referrals on a weekly basis, so they're always keeping you at top of mind to be able to refer you business. The other benefit is that you're able to lock out your competition on top of that. So there are no other headshot photographers in my chapter. Now, if you're a wedding photographer, well, you've got 50 people that will know a whole bunch of other people who potentially could be getting married. Yet again, that's kind of got yourself a bit of a closed market. Now with everything, there are no guarantees in life, and it does take effort. You do have to put in a lot of work. You have to wake up very early in the morning for most of these chapters and put in a lot of effort for other networking as well. But the more effort you put in, like anything else, you will see results. The last tip I have to get more clients is to work on your SEO and your Google rankings. Now, both of these things do play hand in hand. Let's look at SEO first. Search engine optimization can be split into 2 things: the search engine optimization part and the Google Ads part. Now, I am no SEO expert by any means. I actually pay somebody to do my SEO for me. What I've learned from it is this: if your website looks great, that's fantastic. But if it's not ranked high enough, there is no point. No one's ever going to see it. My website's a couple of years ago was not even ranked. It was into oblivion. Then slowly but surely it worked its way up, page 12, page 10, page 8, to now across most searchings I'm on page 1 and ranked within the top 3 or 5 depending on the search request. With SEO, you're playing the long game. It's not an instantaneous thing. It took several months, if not at least a year, for me to see really good results, but those results that I have are solid. The benefit of those good Google rankings is that when somebody's looking for wedding photographer, headshot photographer, if your name is within, say, those top 5 people, or just at least on the front page, there's a higher likelihood of people booking you because there's more eyes on your website. For those of you that want more instantaneous results, that's where Google Ads comes into play. Now with Google Ads, you are going to pay a certain amount every month. Say for example, let's say $200. That $200 is going to get your name right up at the top of any search related to your industry, but you're going to have the word ad beside it, And second of all, you're going to get charged every single time someone clicks on that. The benefit is you're going to have a lot more eyes on your website, which is going to result in it being more likely that someone's going to book you. If you make more than $200 in that month, then great, you've made your money back. However, people may not book you. If people click on that link, well, you're going to get charged, but they may not actually book your services. When it comes to Google reviews, there's nothing better. Google reviews are fantastic. Getting a sweet 5-star review is absolutely fantastic when it comes to building your credibility and getting more people to book you for business. Most of the people that are booking me are looking at the Google reviews and reading them and then going to book. So how do you get them? Well, you need to ask. So maybe you've worked with people for free, maybe you can get a Google review from them. Maybe you've had a client who's been really ecstatic and verbal about how happy they are with the work that you've done. You can send them an email to get a Google review. People in general, if they're happy and you express to them saying, look, these make a huge impact on my business, they're more than happy to leave a glowing review, and as a little bonus, they can put the photos that you've taken of them in the Google review. The more Google reviews you have, that's also going to have an impact on your search engine ranking as well, and also responding to reviews that are there. I make sure that I respond to every single review that I get with a personalized thank you message. That reply also works in showing that I'm very active on Google, and it helps with my rankings. There we have it. That's my 5 tips on how to get photography clients. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below of maybe what you found beneficial, but also if you have any requests for future videos. This is the first video I've done in a long time, so forgive the bleh speech. And also, it's the first one of the year, and I'm going to try and bring out another one next week as well for you to watch on something else. But it's really been good to be back doing these videos. Until next time, stay safe and keep shooting.